Capybara is the friendliest animal on the planet. After studying the lifestyle, I came to conclusion. I'm going to build a capybara village with a lot of cool stuff. Here they ride a carousel, they're in prison, they bask in the hot springs, and you won't believe they're going to McDonald's. Then let's check what capybaras think about this village. But for now, let's get 100 likes, and don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Usually I start my videos about buildings by collecting empty shulkers in this, and this time I will start it with very high. We woke up stretched and I still need shulkers. In my head I have already imagined what will the village look like, so I'm collecting all the necessary blocks. Yeah, just look for yourself what the capybara looks like. The dark oak itself box to be mined. They like to lie on the lawn, so I get as much as possible. There's enough for a whole zoo, I hope. The water pig is a marine animal, as can be understood by its name. Obviously they need water, so the village will be located here. However, as always I start with the main island, and first I need to put the first block. I don't like symmetrical circles, so every time I throw all these blocks on random. This is about how I own a compass. Yeah, it's probably better not to continue. And then I like to catch dirt with my mouse. Well, the island is ready. In some places I also made such straits. The island looked like taco remained just a print on the floor. Comfort is important for capybara, so I'll make a high fence. And it won't even come in handy with the sign "Beware the evil capybara", just because in this village they will be the happiest. So by the way, so am I if we get 100 likes under this video. So what will be the name of this building? Let me think. Let's say it will be a barbershop. Hot water for capybaras? Yeah, this is what is needed, so they will be right here. In the future we'll see how they cook there, but now it's time for another house. The capybaras who locked me in the basement are already urging me to build the first one. I'm finishing the box for now, and they allocated me a budget only for a wooden roof. No, but I don't really mind. Well, yeah, I just once again do not have enough logs, so I'm in the forest for a long time. I've been flying for a million years to get spruce legs, but here's a whole forest in my pocket. But what will happen then, that will happen then. We turn all this good, for example, into fancy steps and so on, but still I wanted to make a different roof, and this form it looks much cooler. Get out of here. We proceed to the second one. I have erected walls and I'm raising them to a higher level. I will add plates from above here, so the 5G towers arrived in time. What the fuck? Yeah, of course the locals didn't like them, but we'll deal with this issue later, other houses will not wait. Now I edited this house and most of all it resembles a barn. But here again my hands come back to this. I made window from steps all on the sides. I don't know why this building already reminds me of a capybara, even though I haven't finished it yet. Here I will cover the top with slabs and such a ceiling. Here too I will add second floor and close it here like this. I'll add small details of the gypsy interior, including similar trapdoors. The trader who sold this belt said, if you consistently ring it, you can finish off 1500 subscribers. Can we check that? For a long time of course I thought about that, and in the end it turned out something beautiful. Capybara is a very friendly animal, which is why I want to build a hotel here. After all, different guests from different parts of the world will come here to them. Of course I can't say how big it will be, but I think it's all here will fit. And here we are, the first guest. You can close it now. Of course I experimented on this roof for a long time, and the roof is on my nerves, so I left it how it was. The hotel house is ready, it remains to do only the accent to the second floor. Here everything is professionally closed with the trapdoors. Of course I didn't come up with windows, but I just add fences. I do not forget about this and other pretties. In the process I add other buildings in the neighborhood. I added volume to this building with the help of steps like this. Right now it looks much better. I will also replace the blocks here. Wow, there's several buildings and it's too much now. Somehow everything is built in one place. We must not forget that I have a building here, here, here and here. I completely forgot to shine everything. I always flew here for land and did the shelter there on it.
Hop. Hop.
Including here, and this building will be called the chill zone. As I promised, in this place I will build a hot water. After they bathe, they will come into this building and piss off. Despite everything, I constantly change my mind, and I want to do something different here. For example, I decided to shorten the plot of this house. And you also need to think about stairs up. In the meantime, I made beats on the second floor, and now I get down to the basics. I found similar pictures on the internet. Yeah, it looks like a deep shell that will be even more combined with the village. 3-4 will replace the cobblestone with that, but we need to level it all out. Oh my god, this is a blocks right, please help me. Here comes the magic look. At the bottom, which is here, he's been patched so far, but we're going to get him off his knees now. It's not harmful to dream of such a village, but even useful. Burger quality, the thing that really fits here. It doesn't even look out of the blue. And this means that you can continue to make such elevation around hot tubs. True, the water is not hot yet, but we'll fix it a little bit later. I'm certainly not a plumber, but in my opinion there is something wrong here. That's another thing. It's a bonfire that walks underwater, and these particles can be seen. To do everything according to Feng Shui, you need to put a trap there. What? I started 4 years for this? Really? I used a new tactic. I put the door and abruptly put the fire. Yeah, it works.
Nice.
I think it will be more beautiful if I just add kelp and remove all these trapdoors. The work with the pond has been done successfully. Just look at how beautiful it looks. Yeah, it was bringing more Tsangis here to arrange a full jingle bells. I really believe that this is how the animal that should have fun. So now we'll build a carousel on the place of the shulker. 3/4 the time is already here to outline a circle. So it turns out so big. And that's so perfect. Here we diversify like this. And here will be centered. We will have a decorative twister, so don't blame me. We're already doing this from dark birds. Of course they are friendly animals, but now it reminds me most of the gallows. Or some strange tree. Or skinwalker, if you know what I'm talking about. We follow the safety precautions, so we close it off from above. There will be Nazi people sitting on the steps who wants to break it. It remains for her to add some jewelry and chains. I hope they will be used for the intended purpose. I don't really know what kind of seats to make. Maybe it will be more comfortable to sit on squares. 3/4 will leave the seats from that very old car. As you already understand, after hot bath they will go to carousel. After the ride they will want to eat, which is why they will come to the local fast food McDonald's. I'm sure they won't come out of here, I'll wait and die. He will let us properly as possible, not like me. In the menu we will have carrots and watermelons. We'll nail up the house. But for them we'll leave insulation here after all. And sell towels. Here I have white wool and green dye. They've been tampered with. All this is necessary in order to make a logo well. That's right, let's make a green McDonald's. I have already finished the most of the buildings, but I don't want to postpone the tradition and not to build a prison. It's gonna be small because I don't think there will be many crimes here, but who knows. It remains to prepare the roads and close the whole thing. But that's fine. Look at these Easter egg shots. Did you find it in us? But I think the smart ones will figure it out. Now my plans are to build a capybara statue, which I will place right here. Just for her I need to collect many blocks. I'll start with the simplest. I need buttons. And these trapdoors. You're not on the local menu, because I picture by myself. A whole stack in the style of minion. I will need a lot of wool, but I will deal with it later, because there is other blocks that is much easier to get. For example, one of them is brown ceramic. Honestly, after the end I hate terracotta. I'll probably borrow my paint with tent, and ground will go on with dust. It's time to turn this into dye, and we're already making dry concert out of this. Black ceramic blocks, and yeah, there's two differences. I just needed a white dye in order to make a grey with the help of the black, but from what we have was already possible to make a grey ceramic. And for the next blocks I'll have to see it, because I need to find a brown dye. We all know that it lives on trees, namely if you turn cocoa beans that I just run around and get. I place all this stuff in the village, I start turning the rest into the brown ceramic. I completely forgot about the fact that I also need the brown wool. The dye was perfect enough. Here everything is according to the old scheme, and we also take wool and craft brown flags from it. How it says okay, and I can start building. Let's start with the hooves or paws, I don't really know. Now it's unclear it's a horse or a devil, you know, like my girlfriend. Your guesses are down below in the comments. In the meantime I'm going to build a head or something. Let's smooth out the corners a little bit. We're already making a muzzle here. These are horns, making a little changes. And here they are, the headlights. It's already look decent.
Capybara.
It remains to make it more beautiful, and the scenery will help me in that. Imitate some wool with flags, making trapdoors just to add some contrast. And the buttons will align the tone of the capybara. If your dog or some other creature need a stylist, guys, just contact me. I'll carpets on top as well so it doesn't look too smooth. And the ears can be done a little bit differently. You know, in my opinion, it really looks like a BMW. At the moment there were not so many buildings, so it was necessary to continue building at least residential ones. In general, I'm waiting for compensation for working at height of the 3 blocks. For a leaky roof, it's not for me anymore. Well, this house will be a surprise. No, there will be no small locked residence in the attic, and here's gonna be panoramic window, and some kind of vintage on the first. Here they can already be combined from another tree. I will add more decoration in the form of fence, and at the back I'll finish the minic Toretto cross, and add various decoration in the form of signs. As a result, place another house in the piggy bank. Now it's time to make paths to all the houses, and a little later we will diversify them. Checks of course change everything, sniffers agree with this too. The residents of this village should have their own currency, and the currency must be stored correctly in the bank. Probably they are very attracted to my totem. Making some Greek pillars. The capybaras have already managed to cut my funding, so our roof is not made of blocks. I will combine these two types of tree. There must be such a recess here. It only remains to decorate it. I think now it will be the most important building, because here I want to make a capybara government, like a White House. According to the script, 5 squares were planned for us at the end of the release. At least now we're already getting something different compared to other buildings. We also close the second floor with steps. The government building turns out to be about as tall as this capybara. If they see this, they just kill you. We make a house so they don't see. Details, and so much too, including finishing the first floor. And be sure to sign the government. In this place I already want to make something like a trading tent here. They will be selling watermelons and carrots, and maybe flies. Replacing the roof. And here we go. So what do we have? A cracked burn. 3-4 we need to do this again. One more time. Immediately decorate the whole thing with steps. In general there is nothing to change here, it's now so simple. Once again I'm changing the things of the island, and this time I did this in a similar way. Here'll be one more island, on which the caretaker of this lighthouse will stand, but I haven't hired him yet. In the previous shots I finished a few more buildings, but that doesn't mean that I'm done with everyone. A little later you'll find another unique one that you should like. I wish I had some other monkey in this shit. Well, here's another one ready. The hands have read the pass. Now it looks very bad. Well, what do you think? For this I really need to collect a bunch of shulkers again. It looks like I found something. Something was attacking me from the outside. Taking out stuff, and this is also on the base, including puppets with the watermelons. And this too. You're going with me. There was still a lot of different things in these shulkers, so it was the time to move somewhere. Of course I don't know if capybaras feed on fly agarics, but just in case, let's take the usual ones. You know, it's generally the base. Let's make beauty out of it. And while I'm running, you come up with a name for the capybaras in the comments. For example, for the village of Sniffers I decided to keep the name Snifferland. I already instructed a bunch of different greens here and it became really well. I'm going to plant the reeds right now, and then they will eat it up. But the most important thing will be to add in some places reservoirs. I don't need accidents here, so we're gonna cloud it. I think watermelons will have the same fate as reeds. The biome was cold, so the grass blocks too, so I decided to mix it with the moss. As you already understood, there are parking lots and small ponds. And we add in here. Let's place some beds there. Of course I hope they're not gonna turn this beach into a bunch of seals that do nothing but lie around. 3-4, if anything we will find them. We peel off the layer of mold that the last one left for us. The brand new laminate will now shine. Everything that we added earlier adds now the decorations into houses. Okay, they said on the phone that it's normal, so we can assume that. Trade intent. Here it's time to get to the goods. We will add various herbs and also sticks. In this place capybaras will just discuss something. This building is located next to the government building, meeting room, and the sign is already there. Here will be really beautiful decor. Here are carpets for example, and here we'll have such a table made of watermelons. So I also thought it would be interesting to add different candles here. In addition to meetings there will be also rituals, and this will be used for other purposes. Let's make another Easter egg with the watermelon. We will continue to equip buildings. One of the most interesting, McDonald's. Let's start with the most important thing, the kitchen. Making some microwaves, and here they will be frying burgers. The one thing is missing is SpongeBob. It remains to finish the whole. Let's make a real man out of McDonald's. There was enough hair on top, so now we're gonna add chairs. It will be like this. Everything seems to be fine with the fast food restaurant. If the capybaras want to sell this house, I think it will be very expensive. Just because of, look at this double panoramic view view of center. But besides everything, now we'll add a good interior, including stuffed watermelons, and then we return the mold back, and chicken feet. In a cozy evening, you can drink tea at these tables. From this house we go to the hotel. I already know that it will be really cool. Here will be a reception, where some ugly evil people will meet you, and here the local big guy will make out of the guests with the uppercut. To me it looks very similar to a bed for recreation or something like a veranda in the hotel. Okay, now we have the first settlers, and unfortunately this is not the capybaras. Now we reach to the hotbed. I have a lot of plans for this place. First of all, I want it to look like this, and secondly I add the promised textures, so that the sun can hurt us we close it. And of course some waterfall for the capybaras so they will not be burned. Throw a lot of food in the chill down. On the second floor will be something not only capybaras would like, but me too. Jumping in the water. Yeah, the big guy from the hotel obviously didn't lie down. Let me show you how I look. This structure will be protected from the explosions with this stick. Forcing capybaras to know the granite of the science. Yeah, they need to be more intelligent, definitely. A lot of watermelons turn out to be rotten like the local capybara hangouts in this village, and soon you will understand what I'm talking about, but for now we decorate this with wheats. Remember that shit? Now I want to turn this into a casino, but first of all we need chairs. Here we have a prison for those who hit the jackpot. Finishing the tables. I also completely forgot to close it from above, illuminated. Not only capybaras but other heroes will be participating in this village. Adding some grass. Here's everything simple, making a carpet made of moss, and now we have everything according to the canons. A rustic toilet, bank. Of course we have a place where to drain the money, here just so green. Showing some more here. I'm done with the buildings, everyone now has their own role. Now there is a fence that I want to do better with mushroom blocks. If you look really closely, it looks even better. While I'm getting the mushrooms, you will have the time to check if you like this video. Okay guys, let's move on to other decorations. I actually wanted to add a slide, but it turned out to be a dancing octopus in rice. We held it with the props. It remains only to pepper it with a new saucing from the Burger King. Oh my god, I completely forgot about the light, by the way. As a result, the slides turned out to be very cool. However, when they roll down, they fall directly to the ground. Straight to hell. Well, never mind, we fixed it. But a little later, because now I'll make a balloon. Closing it all, here we add a similar thing. Red outline and decoration in the form of trapdoors. Now I had enough yellow concrete, and with that I want to make an outline now. But in general, this color should be combined with the whole village. Now all the buildings are ready, which means there is time to look for a capybara. They live near swamps and rivers. 3-4 will look out carefully, but it doesn't even smell like a water pigs. I almost forgot to pick up the most important thing. I never wanted to round these watermelons, but for now they will be useful. I can't believe I finally see them. They are walking. Oh, okay, and then now they're lying. It's early to go to sleep, capybara. Are you okay? I hope I can swim to the village here. Welcome, Mr. Capybara. Now it's your new home. We have the first one, and now we're going for the second. We take the next guest. That's right, get up. And while you're here, it's time to multiply. In the animal world guide, this is a normal reaction after reproduction. Now they rest. I mean, they look definitely like me, so I'm gonna take a rest with them for the company. And here's a lot of animals already starting the hot springs. Seriously, they are very cool animals, they can even lie on the water, like Jesus, including lying on stairs. Come on, get in. Okay, here they are, one more. Oh really? They decided to lie down together. Some of them are already sleeping right on the wheat. Time to multiply. Getting more things to the village. One of them can already be put in jail, because there's too many lying. Sorry dude, but you cannot run from your fate. They tried to escape. Okay, I had to find another victim. I also corrected the capybara eyes, it looks much better. I flew home to pick up the tags. Now I'll make something interesting out of that. And your place, guys, will be in the casino. Oh, see how comfortable she is. Just in case, it's a very difficult process to multiply them, because you also have to wait. Here's some little capybaras lying. Yeah, they always fucking lying. These guys have already settled in this house, and the first settlers have already arrived to the hotel. Okay, I really need to bring capybara to work now, and it will be you. Okay, I get it. In the casino I added more winnings. Actually I played more watermelon. To be honest, I can't even count how many capybaras here, just because the whole village is full of them now. Even the carousel is also packed, but they don't really want to ride. First rule of the capybara village is lack of other animals. Guys, seriously? You prefer to like on a block of glass? When there is such a couch made of blocks of hay here. I really thought it would be more attractive to them. And this one really liked chicken feet. While we are living in the capybara simulation, I have built a real one. So I added more volume to it. And now have no difference from the real one. We also make a muzzle. I have some dry contour left. Now I would place it somewhere. From so far it looks much better than it was. What a beautiful frame. The soundbands are working. But for some reason they like to sleep on the edge. And here it goes as I want it. Under the beautiful sounds of a farts, you can see off the red ribbon. From that moment, the village of the capybaras is officially declared sober.
Capybara, 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 capybara.
Don't forget to subscribe to the channel and like this video. Everyone, bye bye.
Capybara, 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 capybara.
Звірок реально крутой, это бро капібара бой. Это звірок реально крутой, это бро